Okay, hey guys, Anime Westvius here is going to be my review for Owari no Seraph, Chapter 85, or Seraph of the End, Chapter 85. So yeah, we start this chapter off with a really nice cover page. Kind of looks like it would be a volume cover. That's kind of how I feel. Where we've got pretty much everyone who's kind of central to this arc, or central to this battle, I guess. We've got Yu in the front, Mika behind him, Shinoa kind of hovering over everyone in the middle, Gurren and Mahiru on this side and Shinra on the other side, Shinya on the other side. And so yeah, it's a really nice looking cover page. So to get into the chapter, we started off with the first getting sealed. He's kind of like nonchalant about it. He's just like, oh dear, I could break out of this, but my vessel would break if I do that, so you can sail me for now, fine. And Gurren's just like, how about you make it an eternity? He laughs, and then Shinoa drops, and they catch her. She's able to see Mahiru because of everything that's going on currently, just like how Shinya could see her in the last chapter, because Gurren's a demon now, so everyone can see Mahiru. Noya is saying, elder sister, ha, I say we just kill her and be done with it, pretty much, because that'd be like the quickest option. It's just kill Shinoa, and then the first is pretty much dealt with, essentially. Noya says, either way, this is just the beginning. We have to stay alert, take no chances. And then both Noya and Mahiru look over as pretty much Shinoa lands on her feet. She notices Gurren, says that asks how he turned into a demon, but he immediately just jumps away. And then you have Shinoa looking up, saying, Yuichiro. You have Yu yelling about these guys, saying, let me go, pretty much still. Gurren was like, are you even listening to me? I said, untie me now, dang it. And then you have Mika kind of watching from the shadows, being like, how am I going to save him from them? Trying to pretty much figure out how to do this, essentially. And then out of nowhere, Gurren just flies through and kills them as they're yelling about how they have to get the demon and Michael's sword to Shinjuku. So yeah, Gurren just immediately shows up and kills both of them, and then Yu is like, aha, Gurren, and then Mika is obviously like him. You have someone cruel running, saying bad, pretty much, about how this is really bad if they meet each other first, and then we go into a really brief flashback. So we go back to ancient Greece, the Dark Ages. So we have Noya, Ashura, and Cruel. Noya is like, huh, is in this like casket, like it's a glass casket, which is weird, or like a glass casing. Have Michaela. So they're like, so this is the corpse of Michaela, what all of us were meant to become but failed to. And then a baby Yu, or kid, like a toddler essentially version of Yu, walks in and sees them, and this chapter is called the guinea pigs gather. So you have the time being the Dark Ages, you have Ashura, Cruel, Noya, Michaela, and Yu. It's like child version of Yu at the very least. Walks up, grabs Ashura's shirt, and is like, hey, Ashura. Or hey, Ashura. And this kid Yu is like, what's that? What you looking at? Huh? Tell me. And so Noya looks over, Ashura looks at the kid Yu, and then looks kind of surprised. And he's just like, now, Yu, patting him on the head. And then Sigamaru told them all pretty much they're not allowed in here. But the kid Yu is like, but everybody else is here, so does that mean that something interesting in here? Or does that mean there's something interesting in here? And then kid Yu is like, well, what's in here? Is it something interesting? A new toy, maybe? A new fun toy? And then, yeah, Noya's just like a fun toy, huh? You could say that. And then, yeah, Krill is like, Noya, and then she's like, what? And then Krill comes over and says, hey, you, that we all came in here is a secret, okay? Can you keep a secret? And then he was like, oh, yeah, I can. Then Krill's like, really? And he's like, yeah, what's the secret? And then Krill's just like, how do I explain this to him? And then she just turns around and says, now what do we do? You saw us in here. And Noya's like, yeah, so our secret is still safe. And then Krill says, what now? Noya says, just watch, picks him up and puts him on the little casket or casing so he can see what's in it. And he's like, oh, what's this? Can I see? And then Noya's like, yeah, take a good look. And it says, wow, what a pretty girl. And then, yeah, Noya, like, picks her hand up like that and says, I know, right? And then immediately knocks Yu's head off, or knocks this kid Yu's head off as Ashera and Crueler Young stop and don't, and then just really quickly just knocks his head off, and then he goes like boom, he like explodes into a bunch of dust or powder, and looks like doing something with it, or like I don't know how to explain it. You see her like kind of lifting it up, it looks like, or like making it disappear or something. And so yeah, then Asher runs over like, what did you do that for? And then Noya just says, hey now, or hey, how about some gratitude, huh? I just saved us. And then she brings up a fact that's been kind of, I guess, hinted towards, being that Noya says, I mean, none of us are supposed to come in here, right? And then Ashera says, well, and then Noya says, and dozens of new Yus will be created anyway, he'll never notice if we break one or two of them. And so yeah, then we see all these like kind of chamber things lined up. I don't know what you call them, but you see them a lot in like sci-fi kind of stuff where they have like homunculus and stuff inside of them sometimes, or that's usually where I know them from. Then Noya says, besides, forget him. We came here for a reason. We need to figure out what we're going to do about him, Michaela. So yeah, then just in this flashback, it says thousands of years later, the present day. And then we have the current Mika seeing Gurren in his current demonoid type form, and he's thinking, like, what's the correct choice here? Like, what course of action is correct here? Because he wants to save you, but I guess he probably obviously thinks Flash Andor knows that he's not going to beat Gurren currently. So it's just like, what's the right choice? Do I play it stealthily, or do I just rush out there and confront them? And so yeah, then Yu goes like, aha, hey Gurren, could you cut me loose? Then Yu notices the horns, says, huh, horns, what'd you do? Turn into a demon again? And Gurren's just like, don't worry about it. But Yu's just like, but they're horns, I'm kinda going to worry. And so Yu asks him if he's alright, and Gurren says, good question. He's like, but, and then Gurren seems to like pick his hand up or something, and he's like talking about how he can feel his strength seeping away, and something called the life absorption barrier must be reaching the end of its efficiency. So then we go back to Shinya and Gurren's comrades, pretty much with the chains in them. And so the chains disappear pretty much, and it's like, woo. Or, I forget her name, I think her name is Mito, says, woo, the chains are gone. So Yuri and the teacher lady, I've forgotten her name. I know Ghost, Shinya, and Mito, and Sayuri. Those are the ones I remember at the moment. Ghost is saying it's freakily quiet outside. Where'd Gurren run off to? And Shinya pretty much deduces already what Gurren is trying to do, and so he's like, that idiot thinks he can save the whole damn world by himself again. And they're just like, can everybody move? Good, we have to go after Gurren, and you see his like hand trembling as he's looking at it, saying, time's running out. I have to finish this up while I still have the power. And then he was like, okay then, but could you hurry up and cut me loose? And Gurn's like, no, stay like that for now. And then like something wraps around his mouth again, so he can't talk anymore. And then Mika's like, I knew he was the enemy, but do I have the power to save you? And then Mahiru appears behind Mika saying, nope, it's way beyond you. And then he looks back and he slashes at her and she blocks with her slash. They slash at each other, and so yeah. She's just kind of goading him, being like, oh, you're fast, but you're cruel as a vampire, so no wonder, I guess. And then he's like, who are you? Of course, Mahiru, being herself, is kind of aloof about her answer. She tells him who she is, but it's like really kind of over the top, saying, what me, I'm everybody's favorite, lovely idol Mahiru. But then she says, oh right, right now isn't the time, I have to hurry and overwhelm you while the life absorption barrier is still up. And then she like lunges for it saying okay. And so yeah, they start fighting, she like slashes at him. But Mika's like, too slow, I can beat her. And he goes to slash at her. She's like, uh-oh. And then she throws something at him. It's a piece of paper. Or like a shikigami kind of thing. And Mika's like, damn. And so yeah, she comes around from the other side. Says, got you now. Or got you, you lose, bye-bye. She's like slashing for his head. She aims at his neck pretty much, but he's able to dodge. So she's like, oh, you didn't lose? Boy, you really are fast, but but you lack skill. But you know you lack skill, and she causes the Shikigami to explode. And so yeah, Mika has to block, and then she's like sending them one after another, causing them to constantly explode behind him. Cause like the first one was like in front of him, I think, where he could see it. And then the next, yeah, it's like beside him, and then the next one's like right by his head. So she makes it explode, and then you just see her like, yeah, or saying explode, 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 and then laughing as there's like all these explosions all over the place, and then Mika's like, damn it. As he jumps off the building because he's like, forget her, I have to save you. And then Mahiru's like, yes, that's it, run off and save little you, which is weird to me because I don't know where their motives are now. So Noya kind of gets its body back. It's not all dark anymore. Or she is not all like dark. Like the darkness was over her before, but now she's, or he, whichever one it is, gets like more of the barrier, kind of like the energy like hits her slash him, and then you see like the skin color kind of come back to where they look like a person now rather than just this dark figure. And then she's like, the outside air tastes so good because she's like stretching. She has like a physical body now, basically. And then Noya goes, or like notices you, and it's like, whoa, hey, what's this? First time I've seen a fully grown up you. Did Sigma finally get the whole human creation thing to work? And then you is like, And so yeah, and she's just like, don't you me? Well, it's not like I'm here for you, because she is here for Ashera, apparently. Because she says, Ashera, so this is where you ran off to. It's about time I found you. And then Mika comes over and cuts the bindings that are holding you down, and so you yell, sword to me. And then we got the final page of the chapter, which is that you see like a sheriff flying to you, you holding him, and Mika beside him, and it's pretty much the last dialogue of the chapter is Noya going, whoa, whoa, don't, or whoa, whoa, and Mika, don't tell me he succeeded at one of those too. So yeah, this chapter is pretty interesting to me because clearly there's more going on here, because Sigma just kind of, or Shikima Doji just gave up really, really easily at the start. Just like because of the fact that if he resisted, like, he has the power to break out of it, but he doesn't want to destroy Shinoa currently because he's like, I could get out of this, but I'd risk breaking the vessel I currently have, so you can just seal me away for now. And there's a lot of these, like, talk. The way Noya and them talk is like there's more going on here. Gurren is clearly running out of time because whatever this demonification type thing that he has done is clearly on a kind of time limit from the sound of it, because of the fact that the way he's talking, pretty much saying like the life absorption barrier is going to run out soon. So I'm kind of curious as to what happens when it does, because you see like him looking at his hand and his hand is shaking. But Mahir seemed to have let Mika go to save you, so it's kind of like, why would she do that? Unless there's a reason for it. She's like, yes, that's it. Run off and save little you. Like, she wants Mika to do that. But Gurren is trying to hold, or Gurren seemingly is holding you where he is at so that he doesn't escape, but Mahir seems to want you to escape, so it's weird. There's also Cruel, who's still on her way here because she was really far away, and she doesn't want any of them to meet, really, or says something along those lines like, those two should not meet, or something. So I'm assuming she's talking about you and Noya, probably. So essentially all of the subjects, or the guinea pigs, like in this chapter title, pretty much are all now in the same place, being Noya, Cruel, you, and Mika, and Ashera, because Ashera's in the sword, so now they're all of them are now in the same general area, it seems. But yeah, that's all I got for this one. So hope you all enjoyed this video, or this review. If you did, then be sure to leave a like on the video, comment down below, subscribe, share it. There's links down below to Streamlabs, Twitter, Twitch, Discord, Patreon, all that stuff down in the comment section and description. Hope you all enjoyed. And yeah, make sure to comment on this video what your thoughts on the chapter were, and subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. So yeah, later.